Hey guys, afternoon. Yep. So, I don't know if you can even read that. Um, so I don't know for sure what I was going to talk about, except I just want to kind of talk about the system, um, and how much of a burden it is on our lives. And so, as an example, like today, last night kind of it snowed a little bit, and then it was warm enough that it all melted on the streets, and then immediately got cold and froze, making black ice. And then we had about this much powder on top of it so that you couldn't see that it's black ice. And we don't do school snow days here in Wyoming. Like, no matter how bad the streets are, well, in Sheridan, no matter how bad the streets are, um, we're not going to have a snow day for the schools. So I was able to get my oldest son to school, barely. My car's okay in the snow, but I mean that we had black ice was probably like this, like a centimeter thick, and it was slick. It was like, and they hadn't shoveled yet, of course. Some roads were shoveled. They had not yet done the sand or the de-icer. It's like a mix they do here of sand and de-icer. So that's got to be on the road, boy. I mean, you could shovel that, and that black, it just is going to uncover that black ice. It doesn't matter with the powder on top of it. It's really dangerous. So I observed like the school buses didn't have their snow tires on, or their snow chains on their tires, and you know how I talked about going to court, and I called it a herding center and money pilfering areas, traffic court. That's what it is. And when I was there, they collected probably from 10 people huge fines from giving all the snow shovel operators the weekend off over New Year's weekend. And then we had a snowstorm, and so they didn't get called back in. They didn't shovel, and people got on into all these wrecks, and they would get tickets, traffic tickets, and then they get fines. And so, people were, I did brush it. I really did. I can't. Maybe somebody would send me a really nice, like, realistic looking wig that's long and flowy. Where was I? Oh yeah. But it's just the system, the system is just set up to benefit them, and I know people have been talking about this for years. But it's deliberately devised that way. It's deliberately devised that way in all kinds of sneaky ways to just, take our money, to, take us for a ride. So, I don't know. That person made me self-conscious. Now look what you did to me. Whoever that. So, and I'm just running into all kinds of problems with this system. Problems with my son, like he has a medical problem that causes him at times to have some difficulty in the bathroom in the morning. I mean, you know what I mean? So he's only 11. He's struggling with this condition. The school that he goes to since kindergarten has known about this condition. They've had to deal with it. They've had doctor's notes. They have plenty of documentation. And so we're late. We're late. Not less than 5 minutes. I mean, not more than 5 minutes, probably like 4 times a week. So, he also has a disability, and I have requested from this principal all year because he's ragging on me about this lateness, like ragging, and I'm kind and I'm patient with him. But seriously, I'm going to tell that little nerd boy to shut up the next time I talk to him because he talks down to me. He's been doing it for years. I'm far better educated than he is. His He's not even very smart. I don't understand how he gets to be principal of a school. But he's a major rules follower, like rules follower. But in this case, he's not going to give me this accommodation that I've been asking for. So now my son has this combination. He has PTSD, and he's 11, and he has this problem with this medical problem with going in the morning, and the school is putting so much pressure on him and so much pressure on me for him to be on time to school, that it's just making things worse for him. Like, he's a nervous wreck when he wakes up in the morning and he's under this pressure, So we've had a lot of that, and then we've had quite a few absences because of, we all had the flu for a week. But then my other son has just been sick a lot, and I ended up taking him to the doctor, even though he didn't need to go to the doctor. I knew it was wrong, and I didn't need any help with it, right? And I don't need to pay a doctor when I know what's going on. But of course you have to, because then you have to give the school the notes. Otherwise they'll say he's not excused. So this is one of the things I want to bring up about the system, the terminology. Going to a public school is a right, not a privilege. You, as a citizen, you have the right to go to a public school unless you're so incredibly disruptive that the other children are being harmed or whatever. Right? That's how it was on Sagittarius. But when they use language like excused absence, not excused absence, well, says who? I'm the child's mother. I'm in charge of him. I decide when he's excused, when it's okay for him not to be in school, right? No. They throw this terminology at you to get you to feel like they have an authority over you, which they don't. So this guy, him, like when he talks to me, he'll say, "Now, Desiree, in my professional opinion," right? He's a professional. I'm just a church secretary. I'm better educated than him, but my worth and my value is measured by him according to my job, right? But not only that, but his actual physical possession of my child at the school gives him a feeling of authority over me. You see what I'm saying? And so I did get a call from a social worker, and I have to go down and kiss butt with them tomorrow. So no, just like I said, I will be patient and be kind and just explain to them as honestly as I can, just like I did to you guys, what's going on. But we have this blizzard and this black ice and all this powder, and I have this woman telling me I've got to be down there tomorrow morning, and the kids are supposedly not going to get any more excused absences without a doctor's note, which I can't afford, and they don't need to go to a doctor, the child was unable to get to school today because I could not get up the hill to his school. I literally blocked off an entire intersection because when I went to turn and go up this hill, there was slush, black ice, yep. So I go to turn and it's like, can't get up, can't get up, can't get up, blocking off the entire intersection. Everybody else in town's got Dodge Rams, you know, apparently. That's all I could see driving around. You know, I have a Chevy Buick. It's a nice heavy car. It usually does pretty good in the snow, but if you've got black ice like that, no, I mean, nobody should even be out on the streets driving around. So I'm blocked this intersection, and here comes an ambulance behind me. Woo, woo, woo. I could see it. It's like 5 blocks down. I'm like, oh, holy shit. You know, just burning rubber. I got the windows rolled down. You could just smell it. You know, my son's all, oh, you know, he was terrified. He was terrified. And the NPCs, I know they're just all, you know, I mean, it was odd the kind of like way that they could notice my distressing situation and kind of be like, slightly interesting to them, and that was all. Like you could even see like the guy that was in the turning lane next to me just looking at me. Huh. He has a vehicle that could push, pull, or tow. He's got a tow pin or whatever on the back, and he's just looking at me like he can't quite figure out what to do, or not even what to do, but what to think about me and my situation of being stuck in the intersection and spinning my tires. So another thing, I did manage to finally get up. Okay, so the ambulance, woo, it gets like 1 block behind me, and then they could see me all this time, I'm sure. And he went like, he did left, and he went around the block and back up there. But I could see the ambulance swerving a little, you know. I noticed also school buses without tire chains on. School buses. My kids go to we don't have a school bus route because my kids go to a school that's out slightly out of the district where I actually live because there was an overflow, but they wouldn't provide me with a bus for my kids. Like I still would have to drive them almost as far to get to a bus stop. So I finally get up this hill, right? Not one person got out to help. Even if you're blocking everyone. And it wasn't like they were being rude or inconsiderate. It was like they didn't know that they should even consider doing anything. It's like being spectators in their own lives. You know, was blank look on this person's face. So, a little more observation of NPCs this morning. There was also a woman as I was driving past. This was before I got to the hill where I got stuck. As I was driving past, and there was a woman sitting on the sidewalk, and another woman just coming up on her, and it was clear that the first woman had fallen on the ice. And I'm sitting there at the stop sign, and this one woman's trying to help the other woman get up, and then it's clear like her ankle is like messed up. So she sits back down, and the other woman is like digging around in her pockets. I guess she's looking for her phone. And there's people walking around, going across the crosswalk and everything. And they would walk up to this woman sitting on the sidewalk with her ankle all messed up. And it was like they would say like 4 words, and then they just kind of, and just walk off. And there was like 3 people that did that. And even the woman that was hurt, um, the way she looked at the people walking off, like she didn't think that that was strange, you know, that people would just be so disinterested in her being hurt. You know, like that's normal. Like nobody cares if you're in any kind of a stuck predicament, or nobody cares if they're because like me being stuck in that intersection, that could have been really dangerous. Just unbelievable. So I got partly up that hill, and then I still had like um another hill to go up to get to the school. Like there's 2 like stages to this hill. So of course the other hill, I get almost to the top, and then I get stuck in the gutter. Just kind of, that slush just kind of pulled me into the gutter. And I'm not a terrible driver in the snow, but this was bad. Must have been like 10 people just drove past me in trucks with hitches. You know, dudes. You know, until finally one guy did stop and help, push my car from the back. But I couldn't get to where I was going, still back up the hill towards the school. I ended up going back down the hill. So because of the traffic, there was, in this slickness, there was no way I could like flip a U-turn, go back up, and get to the school. So, you know, by this point, I'm like, okay, you know, I call the school and I tell them I can't get up this hill. I can't get to the school. You know, my car's been stuck twice. I've got him with me, but I was like, this is dangerous, and you guys should have called the school day. Well, the superintendent will never call a snow day, she said. Why? We're supposed to get like 6 in a year, 6 snow days. So why? I don't know. So, anyway, this is just a little bit about the system and the NPCs and the strange way they behave toward one another. And you know, another thing that I've been looking at is okay, here was the thing. You know this thing about chemtrails and these airplane demons? Really, I'm laughing because I cannot believe I'm even gonna be saying this. Now, I saw one of those airplanes that's not moving. Okay? So like the last 3 days. Now, this town has an airport, and I've lived here all my life. The last 3 days, I have seen the most lowest flying planes I've ever seen in my life. And they're going so slow. They're not chemtrailing, but they're so low that it shocked me. And I thought, well, maybe we shifted and now the regulations are different. I really don't know. I did see a few other videos where they're talking about these low flying planes, and the videos that they had were, that's what I saw. So on the 3rd day that I saw this, one of them, it was right in front of me as I'm driving, and it was really low, and I could see it so clearly, and I'm driving, and it's right in front of me, and it's going like, I mean, it just looked like it was going so slow. I mean, if you look at my finger, it was just like so slow that I you know, was questioning, like, is it going really slow or is it going at all? But without a doubt, it couldn't have been going that slow and stay airborne. So that was a little freaky. That was a little freaky, and I've seen these videos, and I thought that that was bullshit. I mean, I really did. Like, that is defying the laws of physics. And that's what I saw. That's what I saw. So, I don't know what to think about that. If you guys have any comments on that, I sure would appreciate it. Then there was that one day, you know, I saw that, and I filmed it. It's on my videos. That chemtrail, and it just kind of appeared, and there was no plane. There was no plane. It just appeared in the sky. I went like this, but it didn't go like that. It just, it was almost like it came forward from something or through something. And then then a face would form. So, and of course, you know, when you see faces in the cloud, everyone's just going to say that's your imagination, and that's what I, tell myself too. But you just have to wonder because of the just seems so odd, some of these clouds. Like, even if they're new cloud formations on a new Earth and a new planet, there's these other like really dirty, nasty looking clouds, and then there's these ones that seem to form shapes. So, and people feel like that. I mean, obviously it's normal to people on this place, on this planet. And I'm still saying that we're on another planet. It helps me to think more clearly about it. And it helps me to know what kind of approach to take with the people that are around here. Because if I think of them as being exactly like me, they make me so angry, because of the things they do. And it's not fair, So, for example, I went to Walmart, and I had to walk me and my son wanted to look at a video game in the display case, and I had to walk the dude, like, instruct him how, like, I told him the key to the case was on his key ring. And that dude's been working there for a long time, and he's let us into the display case before, But this time, he seemed so blank. And he walked up to the display case, and he's just standing there like, and I'm like, are you going to open it? And he's like, you want me to open it? I'm like, yeah, with your key. With your key, dude. Take your key out and open it. Oh, so he opens it, and then I had to tell him like 3 times which one it was and point exactly to him where it was at. And he just seemed so blank, like so in need of direction and instruction that I felt bad. I felt bad for this person. I would say probably not even classified a learning disabled person. Just one of these people that seem like they're so blanked out sometimes. So it's easier for me to think of them as different species of human because they are Homo sapiens sapiens. And that's how they classify themselves. Now, on the Earth that I was from, we did classify ourselves as Homo sapiens, one sapiens. So, I can only go by the classifications that I know. So, it may all be lies, but until I learn a new foundation of facts, and I'm sure that I will, I have to go by the things that I know. And one of the things that I know was that Homo sapiens sapiens is a different species than Homo sapiens. I think it would be classified as a subspecies, but not the same. Like, it would have enough distinguishing characteristics to be a different classification. So it makes it easier for me to think about it that way. anyway, that's all I have for you guys. Yeah, okay. Alright, well, I'll talk to you guys later. I love you. I'll continue to do some research. I did do a bit on Sir Nunos, but I think that's going to end up being a two-parter. So that's an odd one for me, completely new. That's a completely new one for me. Not 100% new, but anyway, I'll get into it. So anyway, have a great day. I love you. God bless you. And I'll talk to you later.
I just took a ride.